This week on The Grind, the Goose Farms boys introduce us to the Rolex Hole.
I yearn for a place to call my own. I'm going home. Say what you will, I'll be better for it still. I've been wondering what you're doing with your time, just to get you off my mind. I'm in the grind.
The Grind Waterfowl TV is brought to you by Dakota Decoy, premium gunning decoys for demanding hunters. Lucky Duck, masters of deception. Kent Cartridge, quality matters and performance counts. Mud Buddy, the king of mud motors. Excel, the boat to own. Cornerstone Gundog Academy, the most accessible online retriever training program. Yoder Smokers, handcrafted in the heartland. Sitka Gear, turning clothing into gear. Rig 'em Right Waterfowl, the industry leader in specialty waterfowl products. OnX Hunt, know where you stand. Benelli, simply perfect. Cowboys Wild Game Washer, as clean as you can get 'em. And these fine sponsors.
The first 2 days at Goose Farms were tough hunting compared to normal, and there were a variety of reasons. For one, these birds had been around for over 2 months and they'd seen the script. 2, the full moon was keeping them in the fields all night and they were sleeping during the day. But for day 3, Wes decided we should hunt the Rolex Hole, a spot they'd been using as a midday hangout to spread the birds back out around the farm.
I joke all the time, guys can be killing the ducks in the timber. All I have to do is show up and shut it down. And I don't know, I'm 0 for 5, 0 for 6 in timber. I rode with Billy out in his pickup. He's kind of pumping me up a little bit. And we take off on the walk through the timber. All of a sudden I can see the buckbrush we're headed to, and then we get into water. Thanks, swimming. As we're walking through up to the Rolex Hole, we stopped a couple times to check spots out. We were trying to get the wind right. We weren't gonna have much wind, but we wanted to try and keep what we did at our back. Wes finally found a spot, and Sean agreed that it might be the spot. Everyone got set up, everyone hugged a tree. I found one little dry spot that I could run Hank off of.
The setup was simple. A few dozen Dakotas, a couple Lucky Duck agitators, and a tree to lean against. It was easy and classic.
We are on our 3rd day here at Goose Farms with Wes and Billy Bond, and they went scouting last night on their property, and they've got a little spot up here on the very south end that most of the time they just let refuge. But they're thinking that these ducks have kind of gone nocturnal on them, so they're roosting down here on this south end, going out real late at night, eating, popping right back in here, not moving around the property. So we're doing a good old-fashioned Arkansas timber hunt this morning. Pretty cool. We're pretty pumped. Walking in here, there were ducks getting up everywhere, so I think we're in for something special.
This segment is brought to you by Lucky Duck Premium Decoys.
Listen to the ducks back in that brush.
All right, shooting time. I always let somebody else start it. Ball. Kill him, Brett. Get him? Hank! Hank! Good boy. Good boy. Gadwall, yep. Good boy. Pretty one. Yeah. Oh. Good dog.
Shoot those two. Shoot them.
Hank.
One's belly up, the other one's a swimmer. There's another one out there, but he was a swimmer. Kill him.
Hank. Hank.
We were on the X, and it showed. These birds were doing it right.
That greenhead. He don't feel good.
Nope.
I gave him a little bit of that hint.
You gave him a bill shot.
I gave him a
Warning
bill
shot.
That's my first Arkansas greenhead right there.
Attaboy. I taught him to bring him in legs down so you can't see him.
Yo.
Hank was more than earning his keep, fighting through these logs and brush.
This is the kind of retrieving he's used to, having to swim. Just pair.
Oh, there's the West Bond I know. The hen killer. A little too tempting there, wasn't it, Wes?
Yeah. We're picking away on them here. There is a ton of ducks in this buckbrush behind us. It's cool to sit here and listen to them. I told Wes if I lived here, I think I'd just sit out here on a marsh seat and just watch and listen. And he said he does. The sun's gonna come up here pretty soon. Hank's getting a pretty good little workout this morning. Brett got some Arkansas green, finally.
That's right.
We'll get him.
Oh my goodness, gracious. That is lunch right there. Yes, sir.
This segment is brought to you by Dakota Decoy.
Kill it, kill it, Will, kill it.
Hank. Hey. Hank.
Just behind it on my first one.
Good boy. Good dog. Good dog. Did you get him?
It's pretty. What's that?
Did you get him? Huh? Did you get him? Really?
Died of a heart attack.
We need to go to a skeet range sometime, Will Rock.
That's a whole different ball game, baby. I got here this morning and I found myself a nice tree, had a nice dry spot for my dog. Mr. Ayers just kind of moseyed up. Says, "That's a pretty nice tree. You gonna sit by that tree?" I said, "You can have that tree." And he is in the killing hole.
I specifically asked before I picked a tree. I said, you want that tree or this tree? And you said, I'm good right here because of Hank. So I said, am I okay right there? And you said, yeah, no problem.
You know, you yield to the power, man. I just. Hank.
I'm gonna tell you, Brett, if it wasn't for those butts, this wouldn't be happening.
Yeah, there's no wind back here.
And that's exactly what they're focused on.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I love those things when they're calm.
I mean, that's the only way you can do it.
Yep.
In my opinion,
Yeah, I'm with you.
you've got to have some kind of motion.
Proud. Good boy. Good boy. Stacking them up. Oh, who shot that duck?
Idea.
Banded.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's why we call it the Rolex Hole. We have killed a tremendous amount of bands in this one spot. I think probably 6 or 7 years ago, we killed 7 bands out of this one spot. If we go back and look at the history of our books, I bet we've probably killed 25 or 30 bands out of this one blind. It's just one of those little spots. I don't know, there's no rhyme or reason to it, but that's where the Rolex Hole got its name.
Huh. Take back everything I said earlier, Millsy.
Bill, you need me to get my gun again?
My old hunting partner always said to hit is history and to miss is mystery.
Bill and Hunter have never really, I guess, stood on a tree line and shot before. And I was kind of watching them, you know, ducks would come out in front of them, whatever, and there'd be a tree limb or tree branch in front of them, and they'd stop their swing and bouncing around and everything, and we were kind of getting a kick out of it.
Don't come back. Was that Will Ross shooting? Did he miss?
Man, that's a pretty small little window.
Here we go.
I've done it so long, when I get on a duck, I stay on it. I'm gonna shoot through the trees like they're not even there. And I finally looked at Hunter and Bill. I said, fella, y'all just swing on through them and just keep pulling the trigger. I said, act like the trees aren't there.
Right up front, right up front.
Shot.
Nice shot, Hunter.
Hank. Great shot, Hunter. Back me up. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. This tree here got me all discombobulated. I guess Wes says just pull the trigger. You go through the tree, but it's got me all flustered. I'm used to a big open marsh.
Oh, that's a pretty one. Daddy, gadwall. Shoot that gadwall. Or not.
Hank. Hank.
Get it, Bill?
Kinda. I hate it once they've hit the water. Usually once they hit the water, they're safe. Gold. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Yeah, good boy. Look at the colors on those wings.
That's a pretty one.
Yeah, it is.
Great morning. Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
Man, we're wrapping up our third day here at Goose Farms, and we did something different. I think they've been holding out on us. I think Billy's been holding out on us. We went to the opposite end of the farm. What they noticed, the pattern the last maybe week, is the ducks are kind of nocturnal, feeding in the dark, coming back into this buckbrush. And they decided, usually they leave it alone, let them build. And usually the ducks will kind of kick around the farm, but they haven't been kicking around the farm, so they decided to give it a hunt. Finally, I think I'm 1-6 now in flooded timber, and it was pretty cool. I've never witnessed ducks come down into brush like they are behind us here. They got up this morning, it sounded like an airplane taking off, the wings hitting the water, but pretty cool. We're gonna be begging Billy for the buckbrush hole again next year. But we're gonna get out of here, let the ducks get back in here and rest, get back, pick some more ducks. I don't know, we don't have any football to watch.
The next step on Violet's journey is to build her confidence by teaching her to work through varying covers and starting her on blind retrieves. One of the steps that we took to help Violet with the blind retrieves was to build her confidence on drills that she had already learned. We also introduced her to new skills and made changes to the terrain. With that in mind though, any change that you make can easily throw a dog off. Then we simplified the drill and we reduced the distance so that we can help Violet connect the dots and understand that she must perform the same in all terrains. Once it clicked, we were able to build out progress very quickly and continue training Violet. This was a big win for us and ultimately allowed Violet to gain more trust in me.
Very nice. Lock.
This helped propel us forward and incorporate pattern blinds into the training schedule as we continued. Violet's first pattern blind retrieve didn't go well, but because of the previous groundwork, Violet was able to learn quickly and do pattern blind retrieves out to long distances within a short amount of time. Now that Violet has gained confidence in retrieving through changing terrains and she's got a solid foundation for basic blinds, it's time to build off of that foundation and work on her handling skills, advance her marking skills, and build her confidence on cold blind retrieves.
This segment is brought to you by CARTRIDGE.
We woke up our last morning here. We got ready. We headed over to the duck shack and we looked up and the flag was blowing. We had a north wind. Man, it had a different feel to it. It had a little chill in it. At home, honestly, I'm not a north wind hunter, but down here it means ducks. And I looked at Sean and Max and thought, I think this might be our morning.
Keel, get ready. Let them all come in. Here they come. Kill them.
Woo-hoo. Hank.
Wow.
Hank.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a good start. Dang, I shot good.
Yeah.
Damn. We did clean up on those, didn't we? Sit. 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 Out front. Kill him.
It's a 4-pack.
Hank. This morning when we got up, when we got out here, actually when we were standing at the duck camp, that little north wind, the flag was moving.
Yep. Walking from the house to the duck barn, you felt that north breeze blow across you.
Something about a cool wind.
Oh yeah.
You know, those warm winds, you think, but you get that cold breeze.
Game on. Good start.
This place is hard to describe. It's so special. The amount of work these guys put in here is crazy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to kill one more pintail. One more.
Hey,
Hank. Look at that. All
That's a
stained
good
up
one.
from rice.
Yeah. That's a pretty one there.
Yeah.
We loaded up out of the big house into the Excel and Mud Buddy, and it was just a really satisfied, gratifying feeling riding back to the boathouse. It was a beautiful day, watching Wes maneuver through the buckbrush. It was pretty cool. And after that first day, we weren't quite sure what our trip was going to be like, but like always, Billy and Wes came through and turned into one whale of a trip.
We ended our annual trip to Goose Farms with a bang. Another beautiful sunny morning that makes you fall in love with duck hunting all over again.
Just one more shout out to you, Billy and West and Johnny Mills. We know you're taking time out of your normal fun hunting to put up with us for a few days, and it's much appreciated. This is such a special place. I was joking with West. Normally we get down here, these guys don't even have Wi-Fi. They didn't want Wi-Fi. We enjoyed it, but I understand why they don't like it, because once you're here, it's like your worries disappear. Thanks again, boys.
Next week on The Grind, we're headed to Wyoming for late season greenheads and geese.